Emily in Paris, Destiny in Quarantine. Semnandi. Anyway, I'm the direct target market of the show. Yet, from the first episode, I knew that it sucked. But I'm a finisher, so I finished it all the way through to the last episode, and I was still dissatisfied. So here I am today to scrutinize the whole show. Well, just the fashion part of it, because I got it. They have to get it too. Payback's a bitch, huh? Hi Hans, welcome to Meaning. My name is Destiny. So, first of all, I'm so sorry for my lighting. I'm shooting on a really gloomy day today. If not today, never. I'm in the mood to talk about this mess that is Emily in Paris.
Excuse me?
About her wardrobe specifically. I mean, there's a lot that's been said already about the show and the plot, and that's bad enough, but let's talk about that wardrobe. Honey, it's not looking too great.
And I'd really like to go home now.
The reason I started watching the show was because I noticed that it was created by the same creators of Sex and the City with Darren Star. And the costume design was by Patricia Fields, who is also the same costume designer of Sex and the City. So, I mean, what can I expect? Great things, right? But sadly, this one just didn't cut it. And I don't know, maybe that was the plan or not, but it just did not work. Another thing that kind of drew me to the whole series was that I think Emily was supposed to be a relatable character. She was the hashtag new girl, she's new in Paris, new at her job, and I think we've all kind of been a new girl somewhere, and I thought that'd be interesting, kind of get her view of what Paris is. But all I think the show did was show how arrogant and ignorant Americans are. I think they really failed with this relatability thing, because I don't even understand how she can afford all the clothes that she wears. She wears designer almost every day. I mean, almost all her outfits were chaotic. And this does make sense for her character because she's supposed to be very in control. She looks like she doesn't lose control of her work, at least. I mean, the only drama that happens in her life is with her relationship or her love life, which is so underwhelming because, come on, I mean, there's so much that goes into that work that she does. Why can't she just face challenges when it comes to that instead of, I mean, this whole thing of the love life being the center of drama is so overdone. I mean, and it's 2020. Can we not have anything more to a woman lead character than her love life? But anyway, some people on Twitter actually compared her to Harper from Wizards of, what's that show on Disney? Wizards of Waverly Place. And it's true. Harper has a chaotic style, but it makes sense for her character because she is a chaotic character. My thing is, the wardrobe or the clothes don't have to look great at all. She doesn't have to rock up in something great in every episode. That would be cute, but that's not the point. The point is to kind of show her character in the stuff that she wears, much like in real life as well. We kind of get an insight into their lives based on their personal style, right? But Emily just didn't make sense. Her wardrobe just didn't match her personality or character, and that was so disappointing. And this is coming from somebody who was binge watching on the show. At every episode, I was literally at the end of my seat, hoping, crossing my fingers that something dramatic happens to her. Not necessarily something tragic, but like a culture shock of some sort, something that'll spark her interest in the Parisian ways, something that will inspire her to change her wardrobe. I was expecting her to be inspired to a point where she conducts her business in a way that appeals to the French market as well, because she just seems like she brought her American ways onto the French, and anything they did was just wrong and it did not work, instead of keeping quiet and learning. In fact, that was one of the things that she was told by her boss, which is something that she did not even attempt to do.
I don't take such a simplistic view of men and women. That's very American.
That's literally why I'm here, to bring an American point of view.
You're more like the prude police.
I'm just trying to imagine a social campaign that doesn't seem tone deaf to the cultural moment.
Look, you come to Paris. You walk into my office. You don't even bother to learn the language. You treat the city like it's your amusement park. And after a year of food, sex, wine, and maybe some culture, you'll go back from where you came.
Ugh, this steak isn't cooked at all. Excuse me, pardon, monsieur?
The chef tells me the steak is correct.
Well, correct for him, but not correct for me.
I suggest you try it.
Maybe you suggest you cook it longer? Yeah, I'll take yours.
No.
You take mine.
Come on. The customer is always right. Maybe I'll educate the chef a little bit about customer service.
You think you're gonna change the entire French culture by sending back a steak?
Excuse me, what is this I just received from you?
Oh, it's just something I sent from the Chicago office. Our corporate commandments.
Oh, you commanding us to do what?
Thou shalt always maintain a positive attitude. Thou shalt be on time. Thou shalt praise in public and criticize in private.
Thou shalt avoid workplace romances.
And thou shalt remember that we are all a team.
Thou shalt always maintain a positive attitude. Thou shalt avoid workplace romances. You told French people this? No wonder they hate you.
Oh, not just this. They disagree with everything I say.
That's the French way. They're very disagreeable.
So I didn't see a character growth in her at all. A difference in the way she was from the first episode to the last episode, and I was hoping that I would. Now what I'm about to say is like the most confusing thing about the whole series is that Emily never talks about clothes. She never talks about fashion. And she doesn't seem to follow any fashion designers or anything like that. She even refers to herself as basic. Sidebar, which is something I wish was true, because at least a basic wardrobe would not be as bad as hers. The agency she works for was going after this luxurious brand couture house, Pierre Cardin, who actually sounds like Pierre Cardin, who was I don't know if you remember him, but who was famous around the 1960s for his space styles along Paco Rabanne and them. Back up a little bit. The agency is after Pierre Cardin, who is totally unimpressed with Emily, by the way. So Pierre Cardin sees Emily's bag charm and goes, "Ringarde."
Infection. I could eat your clothes.
Regarde.
Oh, Pierre. Pierre. What happened, guys? What does Rangard mean?
It means basic. He called you a basic bitch.
Well, because of my bag charm?
Ringard also happens to be the episode's name, but maybe they should have made it the title of the whole show. Okay, let me stop sounding mean. Emily in the green cardigan matched with the green pattern skirt almost worked. Although replacing these separates for a Tebe Makuku dress would have done the job perfectly.
Monsieur Cadeau?
Do I know you?
It's the Ringard from the marketing firm the other day.
You think Rangards don't respect designers? We worship designers so much that we spend all we've saved on a dumb accessory just to feel like we're somehow on your runway. You may mock us, but the truth is, you need us. Without basic bitches like me, you wouldn't be fashionable.
Emily cleans up her mess as she stands in this gorgeous Christian Serrano dress on her way to the ballet. And the mixtures of crystals on her hair, on her bag, and on her shoes kind of pick up the whole outfit and give a good nod to the all-black outfit. And that was the scene where she called herself basic and then carried on to wear a Chanel piece in every episode. You basic. The next day at the office, Emily rocks up in something that actually looks French. Loose jeans, a graphic blazer, and these heel boots that are not necessarily booties. Breath of fresh air. That was working for me. Ultimately, I just hoped that the character would stop trying to be fashion so much, because the whole point of Parisian fashion or French fashion is that it is effortless. And I think what let her down the most were those terrible hats they kept making her wear. They took an outfit from being, okay, not too bad, to, oh my gosh, was she dressed in the dark? Which got me thinking, actually, maybe that was the whole plan. Maybe they were trying to make her a joke. Maybe the character is not supposed to be so fashion forward, but also it does make sense because why is she wearing so many big, great brands? And I say this because the other characters acknowledged that her outfits were not the greatest.
Any tips on what to wear?
Not that.
And I guess that was the stylist or the writer's way of letting us know that we know she does not look awesome. And that is the point. Because even dear old Destiny here knows that a character like Emily would have been best suited by something neutral, toned down, muted, business professional wardrobe. Because that would match her in control personality or character more. I mean, even in stressful situations, she was unrealistically calm. So I think a wardrobe that expressed that would have made more sense. And they could still add color to that. They could still add fashion forward statements to that. But a touch of realism would have done it for me. Honestly, at this point, I mean, there's nothing much that we can do, you know? We can just hope that they do better in the second season. After all this feedback they've been getting from everybody, I hope that they took that in and understood how we are interpreting their ideas and how their ideas are not really working in their best favor. They did great with all the other characters. I completely stand Julian's suits. Julian. His suits was just amazing. I don't know if there's a better way to close this off, but I'm gonna leave it at that before I sound like my head is up my butt. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you like it. Let me know if you like this kind of video where I am judgmental and being a fashion critic. I hope you are dressing well and getting shit done. Thank you for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you in the next video.